Hello everyone, today we're going to be learning how to make a sunset landscape drawing in Kleki. This is Kleki.com, and so yeah, let's get started. So first we're going to be using the gradient tool. As you can see on the bottom, you can do a bunch of types of gradients, but I chose the first one. I chose a type of burnt orange. You can choose whichever type of color you want. This is the color I chose. So yeah, we're going to be dragging it from all four corners and just all the way until we see like this white opening still. And that's where we're going to draw our yellow sun. And so pick a yellow that you like. I'm using that one, and we're going to use the circle gradient tool, and so we're going to be putting that in the middle. Be where you can also do the back button, the button that I just pressed if you don't like something. And so yeah, I'm just going to keep adding that yellow sun in the middle, but I see that I still have a bunch of white space, and so I'm going to go back in with the dropper tool to get that same burnt orange that I was using. And so yeah, I'm just going to fill in those spots, and I'm going to do the same thing with the sun. Just make sure it's in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can keep trying until you are at a spot that you like. Okay, so now I like where I'm at. You can see the yellows in the middle, and all the four corners have the burnt orange. Okay, so now we're going to draw our grass area. So we want to make sure that you choose a grass that you like, and then go back to the tool button and press the brush tool. And so with the brush tool, I'm going to use a size 200, and make sure you use the brush tool that's on the bottom of the screen. That is the first one, so it's very solid. But yeah, you're just going to draw that all across the screen and until you like how your grass or landscape area looks like. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And you can get creative with this as much as you would like. You can add more things that I'm adding because this is your landscape drawing and this is your drawing. Okay, so now I'm getting a layered green, and I'm doing the size 8.9, just whatever size that you would like for your weeds. We're going to be drawing dandelions, so we want it to stand out, so that's why I got a lighter green. And just keep drawing that on your grass area, and you can make them as tall as you want, as many as you want. It's your drawing. Okay, so now we're going to use the second tool at the bottom for the brush tool. This kind of makes the tool a little sparse. And I'm just adding definition to my landscape, and you can do this if you would like, or you can just skip this step. And so yeah, I'm just adding a little bit more definition. I chose a lighter green, and I'm also going to go in with a darker green and do the same, and yeah, just have more definition to my grass. Okay, so now we're going to use that same brush tool, but we're going to make it smaller and choose a white color. And we're going to be adding dandelions to our landscape. So it's just creating little same spots or movements that we were doing with our grass, but for the dandelion. Okay, so now we're going to be adding more objects to our landscape. So we're going to be adding birds. So I chose a brown color, and I'm going to make these little shapes to create the effect like a bird. You can do these solid brush tool, or you can continue using the one that we've been using for our dandelions, and I chose that one. So yeah, you can put your birds anywhere. You can create any wildlife that you would like on your landscape. Okay, so now we're going to get more of a darker burnt orange for our clouds. I made the opacity at 21, so it's a little bit of sheer. Opacity makes the color not as solid. So as you can see, I'm adding some clouds here. You can go ahead and skip this step if you would like. Okay, so now that I have my clouds, we're gonna add a bee to our landscape. So we want to go to the shape tool, and you can see on the bottom that we have various shapes that we can use. I'm going to be using the circle that is filled and choosing a yellow color for our bee. And so you can see that it's already filled for us with the circle tool. And now I'm going to do a black and do that for the bee's head. And then we're going to use the line tool to make the lines of a bee, and as well as add its pointer. And now I'm going to go back to the regular brush tool so I can have some bend to the wings. And I'm going to make the size very small and add the wings on top of the bee and as well as its antennas. And so from there, we're done with our landscape. You can continue to add more details if you would like. Right now, I'm going to end it like this. And so yeah, have fun with this and create whatever you would like with your landscape.